Hey guys, welcome to Punky's World. Okay, we're going to talk genealogy. First of all, I have gotten my aunt's side back to Scotland and back to French Canada, respectively. Sorry, even through the windows you can hear loud motorcycles and revving cars. So that's pretty exciting. I found some pictures. So I've been working on that. I've also been getting some information on my line. This is my Kennedy line. And my Hemingway line. And then there's some documents. I need my magnifying glass. But basically it's a will and an appraisal of property. They go together anyway. I can't read them because they choose to put them on that much of the paper when they have that much of the paper to put them on. Anyway. Okay. This is my 5th great-grandfather, I think. Jacob Hemingway, 1746 to 1822. He was the son of Ebenezer Hemingway and Mary Eve Jacobs. His grandfather, also named Ebenezer, his father was named after his dad. His dad Ebenezer and his grandfather Ebenezer were early Puritan settlers of the town of Framingham, Massachusetts. They fought in the French and Indian War, claiming the land for the English. When the English king tried to tax the Americans without representation, rebellion broke out, and Jacob became involved as a soldier to defend his country's liberty from tyranny. Jacob and his brother Geoffrey mustered in as Minutemen, the Framingham Company, under the command of Captain Simon Edgell, Edgell, who marched on the Alarm on the 19th of April, 1775, to Concord and Cambridge. He was 29 at the time, with a new wife, Abigail Nabby Eaton, and a son. 3 more daughters and another son were added to the family as war raged on. Later, Jacob and another brother, Samuel, joined Captain John Maynard's Shrewsbury Company that marched on the Bennington Alarm and were out 3 days. Many cousins and other brothers were involved at different times and in different companies to lend a hand for the cause. In between times, they tried to manage their farms and keep their families alive. Eventually, the war concluded, but political frustration continued until the Constitution was signed. Sadly, Jacob's wife Nabby died in 1785, leaving him with 5 children. Less than 2 years later, Jacob married Sybil Walker, who gave him 4 more children. They lived in Framingham all their lives and assisted in building up their community. He passed away on December 19th, 1822 in Framingham. The British had come and gone again in the War of 1812, but thanks to these early Americans, early settlers, America remained independent and free. Interestingly, another member of his line, I think it's another brother of his, no, because it's another one of my great-grandfathers. I'm confused. Anyway, actually fought as a Hessian, which means he sided with the British. And that's how we ended up French, because he married a Frenchman, and their children were French, and then it just kept going down the line. They were all French Canadian. Representation of the Kennedy line, that's on my dad's father's side. That was my mom's mother's maiden name, by the way, Hemingway. This is from the Journal of the Royal Historical and Archaeological Association. What I just read you was from the Massachusetts Town and Vital Records and History of Framingham, Massachusetts, by J. Temple and compiled by Alexis Beckstead. And like I said, this is an extract from the Journal of the Royal Historical and Archaeological Association of Ireland, 1885 to 1886. Let's see. The male issue of Reverend Thomas Kennedy having become extinct, the representation of the line of Ardmillion developed on the heir male of John, second son of Reverend Thomas Kennedy, born December 22nd, 1683. He studied at Glasgow and was from 1704 to 1709 and was ordained a Presbyterian minister at Congregation of Benburb, County Tyrone, in 1711, which he retained till his death in 1765. He was a person of, as they put it, considerable literary attainments. I think that means he read and studied a lot of books, a lot of literature. Okay, so they're saying that this line is extinct now. In other words, the line ended with someone. Anyway, these were pretty high up people, and they all became Presbyterian ministers. So I'm guessing that the last of the line must have been... See, I don't know how they figure the line's extinct, because we still have Kennedys from that line. So I'm going to have to do some more research on that. But yeah, these are pretty neat sketches that you can get by going on Ancestry, going to your hints, and clicking stories. which I'm going to do in my aunt's line. I do know, like I said, that her grandmother on her father's side, her Hunt side, came from Scotland, and her grandparents on her mother's side, Mungin, came from French Canada, from Quebec. I have some questions and some, notes that I'm taking, as well as the printed stuff for her. Hold on. The crap in my eyes. Ugh. Those little, we used to call them sleepy germs. Not because they were germs in that sense, but, looking back on it, I know now that we called them sleepy germs because they were about the size of a germ. A wheat germ-like thing. The germ of a plant, and that's why they were referred to as sleepy germs. They weren't germs as in something to make you sick. They were as in the size of a piece of germ. Like, seed of a plant is the germ. It's what grows to make it. That kind of thing. So, and interestingly, her Mungins were born in the same area of Quebec as some of my family on the other side. And her grandmother Hunt was born in Scotland. So, Hunt was not her name. It's Murray, I think. So, I think we're going to have fun. And apparently DoorDash, because it says presented by DoorDash, gave me a subscription to Bon Appetit when they delivered my advent calendar from Ulta. So, I don't know. So that's kind of nice. I don't know if I got a full year or... Yeah, I do. Because this says it ends in November of 2025. Okay. Well, that was... Okay, this is the actual cover. This is an advertising cover. Which I did not realize until it said ad. And then that's the actual cover. It's the holiday issue. The issue December, January. So, and even if you were going to get a prize for the first time using DoorDash or whatever, I would think it would take a while to get here, but I'm not complaining. I actually like the magazine, so. Thank you so much for joining me. God bless you, and I will see you next time. I will see you tomorrow. Because now I'm going to drink my tea and edit. Bye, guys.